Hi, Emily. Nice to
Hi,
meet you, first of all.
nice to meet you too.
So, when we meet Audrey at the beginning of the series, she's coming out of her this quarantine bubble with her perfect boyfriend. She has this great relationship, and by in classic gossip girl style, not everything that is perfect is shining from the outside is was actually is. So in the first couple of episodes, we can see that she is not as perfect, or her life is not as satisfying as we think. What you can tell us about your character and what we find there in her journey in the series?
I think that that's sort of like a great way to put it. I love metaphors. It's true though, right? These Audrey especially, she really does kind of try to put on this facade of this fitting this perfect box, with everything in her life. But really on the inside, her life is kind of falling apart, and it starts to really take a lot of turns as we go through the series, one by one by one by one. And I think that it really starts with the fact that her mother, we learn is at the beginning of the series, uh, was uh, was cheated on, with her assistant and her husband. Her husband cheated on her with her assistant, Audrey's mom. So, you know, she's starting to sort of go into depression, and that's kind of falling down her home life. And then stuff starts to happen with Audrey and Aki, that come out of nowhere. They've been together forever, and that starts to be like a ripple effect. And then Max kind of comes in, and they see him kind of differently than, or she sees him differently than she did last year. And this pandemic kind of brings out this stuff with her and Julian, and their dynamics. So like you said, yeah, don't it looks perfect from the outside, but if you look at it closer, it's not so perfect. And that's kind of where we find the fun in it, is that even though these kids are so perfect and have gotten away with looking like they have no, they get away with everything, Gossip Girl comes in, and you can't hide from Gossip Girl. So that's when shit hits the fan.
There is a quality or a personality trait of Audrey that you don't have, but you would like to learn from her or steal from her.
I don't know. I bring some, I think I like to bring a lot of honesty into Audrey, and humor, which I didn't think was actually, we talk about it sometimes, me and the show creator, which is like the fact that Audrey, wasn't specifically written like as humorous or kind of funny as I kind of like play her sometimes. And I think that that's really fun when you're finding a character and finding a role, because you are doing television in general. Like, there's always new ways to bring in some sort of similarities or some sort of little fun life things that you wouldn't be able to do, say, when you're doing a film, but you have all this time, when you're creating a character, especially when you're on a show. Like, you have so much time to like watch that character unfold in front of you, and you're creating it kind of in the minute. And so I do see some similarities in Audrey when it comes to, let's say, protecting the people around her, and not wanting that balance to be messed with when it comes to like her best friends and her core people in her life, and protecting them with everything she has. And I also relate to the fact that that doesn't work all the time, and life is messy, and you kind of have to roll with it, and realize that you can't control everything around you. So there's things that I bring to Audrey, and I being ironic and kind of covering stuff up with irony is another thing that we both do, I'd say.
Since season two has been already announced, can you tell me quickly something that you wish for Audrey's future in her relationships, if it was up to you?
I hope to see like some dynamic with Monet and Luna and Audrey. Throughout the first season, they're kind of like separated. But I want the whole gang to kind of like
Mhm.
start finding a happy medium, to be able to kind of, go out in the town without everyone ripping each other's heads off. But I guess that's the fun part too. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, but a little bit of peace between among the girls could
Yeah.
be nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Emily, thank you so much.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you for your time and good luck for everything.
Thank you, you too.